Believe me when I say this, if you can avoid making these common mistakes, you will instantly make better cocktails. Serving drinks at the wrong temperature. This one is a huge one for me, and especially applies to stirred cocktails that are served straight up. If you're stirring a martini or a Manhattan, you've got to make sure that you get it ice cold before pouring it into that ice cold martini glass. Don't do it too quickly. Don't rush it. Make sure you're getting the right amount of dilution at an ice cold temperature. Shaking your cocktail too gently. Don't do the weak shake. A famous bartender once said, you shake a cocktail to wake it up, not to put it to sleep. Put your back into it, put some muscle into it, and shake that sucker. Not using fresh ingredients. No one wants that shitty month-old lemon juice. When you're squeezing lemon juice, lime juice, grapefruit, anything like that in advance, make sure that you date it and you only give it a few days. Don't let it go too long. Ignoring the order in which ingredients should be added to the cocktail shaker or the mixing glass. I always tell bartenders, start with the least expensive one. Start with your lemon juice, your lime, your simple syrups, those things. Add the spirit last. That way, if you do make a mistake and you have to dump it out and start over, you're not wasting those precious booze. Not measuring accurately. These things were made for a reason and they are really precise. Use them and use them properly. Yeah.
First try.
Crush. That wasn't the first try. Don't make it strong, make it right. The recipe is there for a reason, and adding more alcohol is just gonna throw it off and nobody's gonna enjoy that drink. Shaking cocktails that should be stirred and vice versa. If you're using citrus juice, sugars, things like that, typically you want to shake that to emulsify those ingredients and fully get everything integrated. You're also forcing air into the cocktail, whereas a stir drink, you want to kind of celebrate the texture of the spirit itself, and you don't want those air bubbles. Make sure that you know when to shake and when to stir. Not properly chilling glasses before serving. This isn't always the easiest thing to do, but if you can, keep the glassware in a freezer. There's nothing like an ice cold martini served in a perfectly frosted glass. And if you don't have something like that, add ice and water to the glass to get it down to temperature first. It does make a difference. Using the wrong type of ice for cocktails. Different types of ice dilute at different rates. Small wet ice is gonna melt faster than your large cube. It all, matters. Adding ice too early. When you're building your cocktails in your shakers and your mixing glasses, the last thing you add is the ice, and you do it immediately before you start shaking or stirring. If not, it's gonna start to dilute immediately and you're gonna get a watered down drink. Overcomplicating drinks with too many ingredients. Most cocktails require only 3 to 5 ingredients. Some styles like tiki may be up to 6 or 8, but don't go overboard with this. You don't want too many muddied up ingredients and flavors. Probably the biggest mistake you can make is not connecting with your guests. If you're too busy making all these drinks individually, you're not doing it right. I don't want to watch Gary sweat through his shirt while he's making 8 bespoke cocktails. If you want to learn how to pre-batch drinks and stay calm, cool, and collected while serving them, click here.